Friends, new friends, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Old friends, nice to see you again.
Yes, sir.
We went through an interesting experience, a few of us in this group, over the last 30 days, I'd say. You know, we do these events once a week, once a month, and sometimes they're very good. You know, they're very good. Someone does it one time, they have a great experience. But the missing link sometimes is the continuity of the practice, the ability to do it every day, right? You can do it alone. However, it becomes beneficial if you can do it with a like-minded group of people, both psychologically and also one of the experiences I had in the last 30 days is there's a group energy phenomenon that happens even when you're using technology, because we were meeting up on Google Meet every morning at 5 in the morning, and we did one particular meditation every day, Osho Nada Brahma meditation for 21 days. And there was something that was very interesting, is even through technology, there was this feeling of the group energy phenomenon. And we're gonna feel that today because we're here physically, right? One person meditates, it's different. 10 people meditate, there's like a fireball of energy, okay? And that's why we're doing this. Now, every day doing one meditation a day with a group of people, it was absolutely phenomenal. So some of these people are here, right? Many of them are here. We're missing one person. And it's the effort now, which is, can we offer meditation and actually give a pathway to transformation, okay? As a group, can we come together and can we help each other grow on the path? So my understanding of Osho, it grows every day, but one of the things that Osho was trying not to do was create another religion, right? He was not trying to create a hierarchy where after Osho, there's another person that takes over, and then after that person, there's another person that takes over. He was trying to discontinue himself from that whole tradition that exists in every religion. And he didn't like that word religion at all. But one thing that he said is, in the future man, the future consciousness, they're gonna be growing with groups of friends, okay? The future meditator doesn't need any gurus anymore, they need friends. They need friends that are meditating. And the reason for that is that there's just so much manipulation that can happen. If someone's not fully awakened or fully realized, if someone plays that role of priest or pundit or mediator, there's just so much room for exploitation that can happen. But with friends, no one is higher, no one is lower, we're all on the path. Okay, so sometimes you might feel like not meditating, you don't want to go in. But just because you have friends doing it, right? So just like sometimes you don't want to go out, but just because friends are going out, you'll go out, right? It's the same type of environment that we can create as friends. If we meditate and we grow together, there's really not much more that's needed because our energies will actually help support us as long as there is no political or egotistical element to it, right? That's why Osho always kept a sign outside the meditation hall that said, dogs and politicians not allowed, right? Osho kept a sign outside of his ashram, dogs and politicians not allowed. No wonder the politicians didn't like Osho. But it's not just for the politicians outside, it's for the politicians inside. We all have a certain politician within us, right? We give birth to politicians, so we are part of the problem as well, right? So I think that was more of a provocation, which is drop the political mind. This is a space here where outside in the world, we could be as ambitious as we want. We could be as competitive as we want. We could be in the world and playing the game and playing the role, but in this space, you should have at least one space where there's no ambition, there's no competition, there is no higher and there's no lower. There's just a space where we can come together and we could just be ourselves, right? A group of meditators, it really should be the most sincerest of relationships. Because this whole point of going in starts with honesty, right? It starts with honesty. Where are we? Where am I, right? Everyone wants to be somewhere else, but even in the world of meditation, you have to start with where you are, right? If you're stressed, if you're tense, if you're not a very happy person, if you're miserable, start there, right? Don't ignore it, right? That is part of our lives, right? It's not just the light, it's also acknowledging the darkness. Both aspects are there. And with Osho, there's a sense of relief and a sense of fresh air, because he did not want anyone to be condemnatory amongst themselves, about themselves. You should not condemn yourself. That's what we're taught from the very beginning. That's how we're controlled from the very beginning. The mechanisms of society is basically about guilt, shame, and how do we control? And our institutions, our parents, our religions do that. Osho wanted to discontinue that tradition, at least in the world of spirituality. The more guilt and the more shame you have about who you are, you'll never be able to move. You'll be stuck at exactly where you are, because it's a vicious cycle. The more you condemn yourself, the more you're likely to continue behaviors you don't like. So one thing is, in this space, we are all here to dissolve our egos, right? Including myself. So treat me more like a meditation MC, which is a master of ceremonies, rather than a guru figure or even a teacher-like figure. I've done master of ceremonies many times. I've spoken many times, weddings, blah, 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 etc. And there's an interesting thing to it, because if you're a good MC, you just take the energy of the people around you, and then you work that energy up and up and up. You try to get them more energized. That's the job of an MC, through their words, through their own energy. It's the same thing that happens in this type of atmosphere. My job is just to feel the energy out and help the energy grow, me being part of it, right? So that's the way that even my role, or any role of a meditation facilitator, is. Okay, nothing more than that. So friends, we're gonna be doing 2 meditations today, okay? Plus we're gonna be listening to Osho. One meditation that we're gonna be doing is something that we just did for the last 7 days, continuously on our Google Meets group, okay? We did this after we did Nada Brahma for 21 days, and then this last 7 days we were doing a technique which was called Om chanting technique, that took us very powerfully into silence, right? Ruby did it, Bowen did it. Ruby, how was your experience doing that particular?
A pivotal piece that I was saying yesterday. Sometimes you can't explain it, and you can't express it in words. It's just, the stillness comes, and throughout the day you feel it. While you're talking to a customer, running from business meetings, you still have that sort of flowing through you. You can feel that.
Yeah.
Peace within you.
Very penetrating. Very, very penetrating. Like this meditation, I want to start off with Om, and we're gonna do it in a circle. Okay. So I want you to come a little bit closer, and we're gonna create a little circle. And after we do, I'm gonna explain the meditation to you. But after we do Om and we sit in silence, then we're gonna listen to Osho.
Are we chanting Om?
Yeah.
Closely?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.